What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices. Going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Dina, all the grades. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop. Plus, where the best odds are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is that? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord and get in there so you can get my lines before they end up moving. I'm joined today by Austin Garrison, aka Denver Dude Bets on Twitter, and we just found a ridiculous line that's now back on the board. Drew Holiday over 20.5 at DK, and I'm checking everywhere to see 25 plus 210 over at Betfred.
Yeah. That is a interesting line that they put back out. Isn't the total for this game somewhat high as well?
Total is 231. Still has Milwaukee at 9-point favorites. I'm trying to check to see what FanDuel has. 25 plus Drew Holiday.
You got him at 25 at what, plus 210, you said?
I'm hitting it right now. Let's see how much they give me.
FanDuel is only plus 155.
Yeah, this is just an awful line. I'm going to try and throw in every single dollar that I can on it.
Yeah, his usage rate is skyrocketing without Giannis. And then also, I mean, last time Giannis didn't play, didn't like Middleton have like 11 assists?
Something like that. But I think that might have been without Drew. Yeah, what's the...
Oh, it might have been without Drew. So I think they still had Giannis. It was one of those ways.
What's Middleton's number? Yeah, all these were down a few minutes ago. Middleton's sitting at 20.
I just don't trust Middleton. The most minutes he's played was last game. I think he had 30, and like before then it's like 27, 25. It's just like they still have Bridges, and like they have good defensive players. Like, I just can't trust Middleton in a spot, and personally.
Yeah, no, that's entirely fair. I'm just waiting for this bet to go through or not. Boom, got 400 to win 1240, or when 8 pays 1240. Let's see if I can get 30 plus at plus 625. Gosh, love it. Love it. Yeah, sorry, guys. Just these lines weren't out 10 minutes ago when
you just pop. So,
yeah.
Even the leading score is plus 250 on FanDuel. I haven't looked anywhere else, but like Bridges, like he's been going crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like he does have those games where he does just like do nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely happens sometimes. But let me get $100 on 30 plus at plus 625, which I will happily take. All right. Sorry, just adding all these things in. Sometimes you got to be scrambling when it comes to bets. But boom, there they are. All right. Well, we got 6 games. Let's get right into starting off with the Charlotte-Detroit game. 2 bad teams. 2 very bad teams.
Very bad.
I have 2 bets on this game. Both of them Oubre, one over, one under. I have Oubre over 6.5 rebounds. You can get it minus 104, I think, over at FanDuel now. It's changed quite a bit. Yeah, minus 105. So... and our projection has changed from 7.5 to 6.29. It's not great, but yeah, I really like his over on rebounds. He's hit this in 3 out of the last 4 games. Going to probably play 40 minutes in the spot. This game should be close. I think it's sub 3-point spread. And then I'm taking the under on 1.5 assists minus 119 at Caesars. Oubre does not pass the ball. He's hit the over in this in 2 out of the last 3-4 games. But one of those games, he got 2 potential assists in the first 5 minutes and got 2 assists in the first 5 minutes and didn't have a single one after that. So
I saw you have that the other day, and it happened, and I was like, he had 2 in the first 2 minutes, and I looked at the end of the game, he had 2, and I was like, oh, that's just a rough beat there.
Yeah, no, I was not terribly happy about it. But you know what? I'm going right back to the well. They dropped his line to minus 150 on the under the last 2 games, and then he hit it last game, so they put it back to minus 119. I think if anywhere in the minus 130 range, it still offers some value. So I'm rolling with it. Yeah, you got any bets from this game?
I do. Isaiah Livers over 9.5 points, minus 122 on FanDuel. He's playing 40 minutes a game now. And he's shooting the ball in the last 2 games. He shot it 12 times at piece, and he's shooting 8 to 9 threes since he's been starting to start and play. Especially versus a team where he's going to get an Oubre matchup or maybe a Gordon Hayward matchup. Like Isaiah Livers is an athletic player. And I'm going to take Livers to get 9.5 points.
I like it. I thought about hitting that one. I think it was on a site where the best lines were on sites where I couldn't get anything down. Minus 122 at FanDuel is the best line. Yeah,
he's playing.
Still
If you're
solid.
40 minutes a game, it's like it's tough not to bet it. It's 10 points.
Yep. Moving on to the next game, we got Houston going up against Indiana. I think I have one bet for this game. I went with Buddy Hyde over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 108 over at Caesars, minus 105 over at BetMGM. Houston, second worst defensive team in the entire league. Buddy Hyde loves shooting threes, and Houston's giving up the most threes per game by a decent margin. I think he goes nuts. I don't hate his over on points, but I think the PRA line is just better.
It's fair. I'm going to hop on Mr. Tyrese Halliburton over 10.5 assists. You can get it at minus 105 on MGM and DK. Exactly what you just said. This is the worst defense, basically, in all of NBA. He's hit this line in the last two. I believe I had him in a game against versus Dallas, and he absolutely screwed me. He scored like 30-something points. But a game like this, I don't see him needing to score, and he's just going to pass the ball like crazy, in my opinion. So give me that. And I think the total is 236, 237. So in a spread like that, I'm going to take the 10.5 assists for somebody that legit loves passing the ball.
Yeah. Are they still? I wonder if I know Houston's moving towards San Antonio for worst defense, but it's
yeah.
close.
I mean, they're up there. I mean, I don't even know who's playing tonight for the Rockets. I know Jalen's playing. I don't even know who their two's going to be. It's the same thing with the Pacers that we don't know who they're rolling out. I mean, they have Turner and Hield so far with Halliburton, but it's just like that's all they got.
Yeah, no, it's the bottom. But let's put it this way: the bottom three defensive teams and the bottom three bad teams are so far and away the worst. It's ridiculous. Houston, San Antonio, and Detroit are putting on a masterclass of tanking. It's incredible. Yeah.
I mean,
moving on to the next game. Huh?
Even OKC, they were like in the 8 or 9 seed, and now they just they're not playing SGA on back-to-backs anymore. Like they don't even care about making the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they were looking like they might end up making it. It would have been fun to see them make it, but I don't know why they don't try and make it.
I think they're trying to get a top 5 pick, and then maybe they could package like the top 5 pick with like a million first rounders to maybe go get whatever his name is.
Victor, whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I doubt they'd be able to pull that off, but it would be, who knows? I mean, if Detroit, Houston, or what's the other one? San Antonio end up getting him. I don't think there's a ransom unless they're trading some ridiculous superstar.
I mean, OKC has like 20 first rounders for the next 3 years. I mean, if anybody's gonna do it,
I know it's incredible. Like, you can do a full rebuild just based off of their picks. And I mean, they obviously have SGA, who's a certified stud, Dort, who's a solid overall player. And when Holmgren comes back, he can.
Also, Jalen Williams is phenomenal. He's been really good for them, the rookie.
Yeah. No, I mean, me and Dean were talking about the other day, and he's looking real good. But I mean, you kind of have to hit on some picks if you're getting top 3, 4, 5,
every
6
year
picks. But yeah, well, I guess Williams was a 12 pick, but yeah, OKC is going to be interesting the next 5 to 6 years.
100%.
Next game, we got Utah going up against Orlando. I have one pick in this game, I think. Yeah. I also forgot. I took the alt on Rozier over 24.5 points plus 155 over at Betfred. But that I like his normal line, but alt getting it plus 155. It's like plus 130 over it. FanDuel. So I decided to just hop on that. He's hit it once or twice in the last few games, and this game's great matchup, and it's going to be close. Orlando versus Utah. I like Wagner over 18.5 points. Franz. Or Wagner, I guess. Minus 104 at Caesars. He's been playing solid recently, 18 plus in 5 out of the last 7, 20 plus in 4 out of the last 7. Match versus Utah. Utah, obviously not a great overall team. decent pace, should be high scoring, should be close here. Wagner is easily going over this. I don't hate hitting the alts up to 25.
It's fair. I don't really like much in this game. The only thing I actually looked at was Laurie Markkinen, just because like he is trying to win, most improved player. So I think he's just going to put a ton of shots up for the rest of the season. But I didn't take anything personally in this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in him not. I mean, everyone's kind of gone around him outside of Clarkson. It's just a kind of silly line. Yeah, I have no problem with that at all. Now we got an interesting game. I assume you watched what Draymond said about Dillon Brooks.
Oh, I absolutely did, buddy. That video was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, fantastic. And I mean, I'm a huge Memphis fan, but I'm not a Dillon Brooks guy at all. But he's still a guy who's going to shoot the ball time. We got Golden State versus Memphis. I'm rolling with Dillon Brooks over 13.5 points, minus 106 over at Caesars. I think he's going to be chucking this spot. Like, we all know that Dillon Brooks will occasionally just try and eat up all the usage. He hasn't been doing it a ton since Ja's been out, but I mean, we've seen it multiple times in the past where Brooks is just like, I'm going to shoot the ball every little bit I can. I'm the best player on this team. I think he believes that sometimes. Like, he shouldn't be shooting the ball this much, but he's going to. We look at the numbers without Ja on the court. Per 36, Dillon Brooks has a 27.8% usage and is averaging 20.7 points per 36. I know he hasn't hit the over in any of the games. I don't. Maybe one of the games since Ja's been out. But Dillon Brooks is going to be chucking.
So I actually have a narrative that I wish I could bet. I think at some point him and Green get into it and they both get ejected. I think it's going to get very feisty, or like they stay in the game. But I'm not a Brooks believer. I mean, that's all you. Something I would sprinkle. I don't even look at the odds, but like maybe a Draymond triple double tonight. Like, if anything, I think Draymond comes out and just shows him who's the boss. Like, it's a 236 total. I haven't even looked at like the triple double myself, but like, if I just look, like, it's 20-1, like it's 18-1 on FanDuel. Like, I haven't looked around, but like for him to get it in 236 spot, like after the video came out last night, like everybody's healthy for the Warriors. Like, I think we see an aggressive Draymond, if anything.
Yeah, no, I actually took his PRA over minus 105 over at Betway/DK. And then two other bets, Tillman under 2.5 assists. He's actually been hitting this at a decent clip, but I have him projected for about 2.3 in this spot, 2.2. So I'm rolling with his under. And then Aldama under 10.5 points. He hit over in the last game, but outside of that, he's been hitting the under a pretty consistent clip. We have him projected for 9.5, I think, in this spot. So just a full point too high.
The one I took actually too, I took Jaren Jackson over 20.5 at minus 114 on FanDuel. He's hit it both games. Ja's been out, and I don't see it stopping. They have nobody to guard him. I was
looking at that. We have him projected for 22.5 points, I think.
I just don't see the world that the Warriors have been getting killed on the glass. So have the Grizzlies, though. So it's just like, I saw Looney's rebound line was like 9.5, and I'm like, what? He hasn't hit that in like 7 games.
Well, I went on that tear where he was averaging like 15 a game and then just come back down to earth.
But I just feel like, I don't know, like, I guess that's a line I would look at too, is like, so they have him, the line is 9.5. And he hasn't hit it. He's only hit it once in the last 5 games. But a game like tonight, I don't understand why it would be so high. Like Tillman, like, if anything, the Warriors can put Draymond on Tillman and play small ball. Like, this is a night where the Warriors can play Poole, Clay, and everybody together, because it's like they have no bigs for the Grizzlies. Outside of Tillman, who's the backup center is like Aldama and Jackson. So, like, I think if anything, like maybe looking at Looney under rebounds would be a play, because like how much is he really going to play in an up and down game?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play much at all.
Yeah, I mean, he might have like 20 to 25 minutes, but it's like he could get the 10 rebounds in 20 minutes. It's not like out of the question.
Yeah. No, it's probably a line I'll end up staying away, but yeah, if I had to choose.
Yeah, because I think he either has like 4 or 5 or he gets like 14. I don't think he comes to the actual number. He's either going to go 5 over or 5 under, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe roll some alts. Next game, we got Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. I already talked about how much we both love Drew Holiday overs. Again, I put a bunch of money on his alt overs. I could see we have him project for 26 in this spot. it's just a
This
bad
line doesn't make
overall.
sense.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. I mean, Brooklyn's not a great team. The line's still sitting at 9.5. I think that's why it's so low. But I also took Bridges over 25.5 points. He's had like 30 in 4 straight. He's been absolutely
Oh, yeah.
crushing. He's no Dinwiddie in this spot, no Claxton in this spot. He's the de facto, he's the guy already. And he's going to be even more of the guy in this spot. No Cam Johnson. Like Bridges might take 30 shots in this game here. I think he crushes the over. I
mean,
really
if they
like
post Cam Thomas, like I'd probably take Cam Thomas too, because like one of them, I mean, Cam Thomas will play if it's a blowout. So like even Cam Thomas, when they post his line, like that's a line I think I'm going to smash. He's had like a DNP, and I don't even think he's posted right now. He's had a DNP in like 7 minutes in the last 3 games, but it's all like this where everybody's out tonight. In what world is he not shooting 15 to 20 times?
I think they kind of have to like give him a decent amount of backup run.
He'll probably start tonight.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna hit Bridges 30 plus. It's 230 over at Betfred. Gosh, I love Betfred. I've been loving. I mean, granted, I've lost like 5K in the last 3 days on it, but still, it's been beautiful. Yeah, I think Bridges is going for 30 plus. Come on, validate my location. Come on, Betfred.
Yeah, I'll definitely be curious to wait for and I'll probably look for Cam Thomas here eventually. I think it's a smart play.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate it. I mean, he could go for 30 realistically, pretty much any game where he gets enough run in. I'm guessing he's going to be heading that second unit with no one on the team really. Like I mean, with so many, Royce O'Neal is out, Cam Johnson's out, Dinwiddie, Claxton. This is just not a great second unit to say the least. Bridges will probably end up playing 40 minutes on the spot, assuming.
Yeah, if it stays within 10, he'll play 40 regardless. But if they get blown out, I could just see them airmailing it and letting him rest. But also, like I think they want him to get the run. To be honest, see if he can you know what I mean, be the guy when he has nobody else on the court with him. Like, you know.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, it's good. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see. That's it. Last game, Sacramento, New York. I think Sabonis crushes in this spot. I like his over 35.5. It's already moved to 36.5 in a lot of spots. And Barrett, if Brunson comes back, 20.5 points is way too high. I think we have projected like 17.
I think it's way too high. Even, I mean, I don't want to say even without Brunson, but with the total for 240, like you can't like just hammer an under and pray. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean I already hit his under. Like I might hit his PRA under too. So it's been interesting. He's absolutely crushed the last 2 games. But one was against Charlotte, and the other one was a double overtime where he played 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I just think this number's too high. I mean, we look at the games before that, he's hit the under. And
even without Brunson, he's only playing 29, 28. Like he's not. They just signed this man for what, 3 years, 150 million or something like that, and like they don't even play him.
Yeah, well, it's because Brunson's been. Oh man, I just got a lot of.
But
money
also,
now.
Quickly's been so good for them. Like defensively, is the biggest thing for Thibodeau's teams. Like he doesn't care how good offensively are. If you can't play defense, he'd rather not play you.
Yeah, well, and pretty much anyone he does play, he wants to play 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I just got Bridges 35 plus at plus 625. Actually, let me get $200 down on it, which is nice. And then I got Bridges over 30 plus points at plus 230. It's not too far off over on FanDuel, but yeah, I'm curious
very happy. I might look at Fox over 6.5 assists. I mean, he missed the last game, but before then he had 7, 7, 8, and 12. So 6.5 of 150. De'Aaron Fox assists.
Fox. Yeah, no, I was looking at that 6.5. I still may end up betting the over. Not entirely certain, but it's definitely looking like a solid overall line.
I mean, at the end of the day, regardless, he's going to have Quickly or Brunson on. He's going to pass more than anything. So I think I'm going to take Fox 6.5 assists at minus 115. I mean, it's minus 140 at DK.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Anything else before we get on out of here?
Yeah. I don't know if you heard the news about Bill Self having the heart attack this morning or last night, I think it was, for Kansas.
I did not.
Yeah, so I hammered Kansas this morning -2. -2, and it's now -4. They're playing West Virginia in the Big 12 tournament. I just think it's like it's a whole narrative game. Like they're going to come out and just play as hard as they can for Self, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see a world in which they don't come out and do that. The other one I took is a UNC money line. Like they're like they have to win this game to make the tournament. Like I think they have to win. I mean, I guess like off name brand and like that they made the finals last year, but like I think they have to win the game to make the tournament. So I think they'll come out buzzing and playing hot. They won by 30 last night in their game. I think they play Virginia today, which is like the #1 seed in the conference. So like if they win that game, I think they make the tournament guaranteed. Like the line's only 2 right now. I just I think UNC, if they can get it clicking, like they have 2 of the best guards and they have the best big in America to me. So
yeah. I don't know college basketball, but me and you are going to be watching some college basketball up in Denver in the first round, and I'm going to be betting on everything.
100%. It should be a good time for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, again, go follow at Denver Dude Bets over on Twitter, and we'll be back again tomorrow. We're out of here. Later, kids.